Good day everyone. So let's review patch 2.5 in this video. Obviously I think this is one of the better patches in Genshin Impact for a couple of reasons. A, we've had best girl, and obviously if you're watching this you also have best girl in your party and you've been leveling her up and you've absolutely joined or sort of enjoyed this character. She's absolutely amazing, and if you're like me you do have an unhealthy obsession with her, and that is absolutely fine because we are all degenerates, so it's okay. Obviously as well in this patch we had Yae Miko, and I think one of the things that was so interesting for me was sort of seeing that Yae Miko works well with her ability. Her movement ability is just absolutely amazing, and as I pointed out in a video previously, how this facilitates like stamina management and so on. It's just something that is it's just rung true so much when I've been playing in patch 2.5, especially in this event where you've got like the duos ride and waste all the stamina. Yae Miko implicitly recovers it. It's just absolutely awesome. But yeah, let me just stop my fanboying there. I really like Yae Miko. Obviously we've got number 1, number 2, number 3, and of course Klee is just absolutely adorable. I like Klee just as a character, just because she's cute. She's got she wins in the cute factor, but everyone else is eligible for waifu material, and that's why they're here. Alright, so back to the actual review of the patch. So the big event, free realms gateway offering, absolutely amazing. I thought that the amount of content was fine, especially if you're someone like me that works a lot, so you can't always just play for 8 hours straight and then complain there's no content. I thought the pacing, the mystery of the events and all these things was really good. I can't really complain, and of course the little secret puzzle at the end that took me forever to solve. Yeah, that was just weird because I didn't know what I had to do there. And then of course the big other thing that also happened was the Raiden Shogun story quest. Also me learning new English words, Honorek, Euphemia, relating to dreams. It's like, I don't know why they make the English so complicated when the Japanese is just so simple, but whatever. The boss fight was amazing, the story quest was amazing, we covered it in the previous video. I thought this was pretty well done, so I won't spoil any of it, so I really liked it. Overflowing Mastery, this is just to help you prepare for Ethos or whatever. This event, Hyakunin Ikki, I love it. I really love events where you've got a scoring system, and in essence what happens, you can almost be like, well, my account is at a 7,000 level or a 3,000 level. It's like so much better than just like, oh, I cleared with 36 stars, yay. You know, it's just like having a scoring system tied is so awesome, because you can be like, well, my account is more or less at a 3,000 power level, but you know, if I play really well, I don't make any mistakes, I get my positioning and buffs and all these things done properly, I can push my score to 3,300. And that's like really cool, because this is a nice way to not only gauge your build quality, but also the quality of in which you play the game, how you position, where you stand, etc. So that's why I love this event. I think the Spiral Abyss for me in this latest patch was a very big miss. I didn't like it. There was not a lot of content you can do about it. What I did like was the Abyssal Bishops draining energy, but I just thought that the overall balance between the first halves and second halves, especially with the Golden Wolf Lord, was it just wasn't quite that fun to play. The bishops, they were quite awesome because essentially they drain energy, so you can't just rely on pressing a Bennett Q to heal up. You actually had to be a bit more mechanical, which was fine by itself. Other things that happened, the bar event was pretty cool, mostly because I got to see Dracula, and then of course Ningguang and Beidou just teasing each other again, one of my favorite ships in the game. That was pretty awesome. I just feel like they could do more with that. So for instance, I want to see, whilst I'm running around in Inazuma collecting more Electro Sigils, I want to see Kokomi, for instance, randomly appearing here fighting somewhere, or she's like at the puzzle trying to solve it, or let's say here's Raiden Shogun busy beating up a bunch of enemies, and the moment you join her, she like becomes a fifth trial character just temporarily. You beat the enemies and then you talk to her. That'll be cool, you know, just a more vibrant world of seeing the characters, like with the Leeway Lantern Rite event. Like if you were, for instance, I think if you stood here somewhere, you could speak to Ganyu, or somewhere else you could speak to Zhongli. Oh yeah, that's just Hikari. Let me just quickly put her on mute here. So you could speak to Zhongli. You could do all sorts of cool things, and that's what I want. I want a world where my characters aren't just teapot decorations, but they're living, breathing. They're in the world. There's like a little mini raid happening. There's a 10 million HP boss suddenly popping up, and we have to fight it together with our characters. That'll be really, really cool. Of course, I've given this feedback to the developers, and they will obviously never listen to my feedback. But yeah, I just think the bar event, it's in the right direction, but I think there could be more. It just felt it was a bit lackluster, if I'm honest. And then obviously my least favorite event was the Mario Maker event, and it's mostly because, well, I enjoyed the levels MiHoYo made. I think those were pretty well done, but I felt that the community made levels were pretty bad, and it's because people either trolled, so they were like, this is a super hard event, and then you like start the event and you just like walk one pace and then you collect a coin, or like they did like you had like one life and then it was like this impossible maze of bubbles just running around. It just wasn't fun. I think there's definitely something that needs to be said for level design, even like complicated level design or difficult level design, that I don't think people really appreciate it. Everything you, for instance, like that you can see here as well, the stairs, how everything has been laid out. It's not just someone randomly going and be like, oh, I'm going to place this object here and whatever. There's a very deliberate effort to going into, or that goes into, sorry, into the design of a building, of like the entire architecture, the landscape, the elevation. I think is very well done in Genshin Impact. For instance, one of my favorite level designs is like in Final Fantasy 15. We've got that like in-game puzzle with Noctis, and it's just like the developers put like these hard puzzles and this hard like environment and level design in, but it's not frustrating because you can incrementally go through it and learn, and you feel like you're making progress. Whereas with like the Mario Maker here, if they design like a custom level with like some of the events, it just felt like people were making things unnecessarily difficult. You know, it's like a 0.6% completion rate. It's almost like they wanted to get the rate of getting a 5-star on the banner. But it was just, yeah, I didn't enjoy that event. It's just the MiHoYo levels were fine. Those I enjoyed, but the community level events just put me off of the event, and I just felt like, yeah, it's just there was just something missing, and I can't put my finger on it, but it just didn't feel as good. Yeah, I'd much rather like be here and sort of endlessly fight against the enemies and not trigger the Bakusa box, but just like sort of smack them over and over again, because that's just way more fun than resetting a bazillion times. But whatever, it's what it is. So overall, this patch, events were pretty okay. The characters were excellent, and I think the story was excellent as well. And that is my 2.5 review. Let me know what you guys think about it, and how far, and if you guys are enjoying Best Girl, please do. If you write a comment that you don't enjoy the character, then obviously you'll make me and Kokomi really, really sad. And yeah, don't make us sad, make us happy. Alright guys, cheers.